many reasons why you should know how to shoot a bow, like safety, hunting with it, maybe a zombie apocalypse. But today I'll be teaching you the basic equipment and proper stance of how to shoot a bow, along with some things about arrows and stuff. So the first thing I will talk to you about is there are 4 main types of bows. First bow is a compound bow. It uses a levering system of cables and pulleys to help you pull it back for the draw weight, and the draw weight is how many pounds you're pulling back at a time. A longbow is what you think of when you think of a bow. It's a classic half-moon shape with a straight grip. A recurve bow is kind of different. It has a regular half-moon, but towards the end they start curving back outwards to give you more power with less draw weight. And then the crossbow. It's basically like a gun with a trigger, and you can add a scope to it. And most of the time they're usually just given, like, sold to disabled people who can't shoot a bow, a regular bow normally. Now I will show you arrows. This right here is the fletching, and this is the knock. For my type of bow, it has a little thing where you have to put it so that the fletching is lined up, otherwise it'll ruin the fletching. And because this is a different color, so it has to line up with your knock, otherwise it'll be weird when you shoot it. And there are many different types of tips. The one I have on here is mainly a practice tip, and I wouldn't recommend it for hunting. And then there are hunting tips, which are a lot sharper and can cut skin. Now, as for the equipment of a bow, come on, Sam. Left hand. Okay. This right here is your sight. When you pull it back, you look through this little hole down to, depending on the wind speed and stuff like that, you look through either the green one, the red one, or the yellow one. And then this is that weird thing that I was talking about when I said for the fletching. Your arrow has to match up with this, otherwise you'll ruin your fletching, and it costs a lot of money to get just 5 arrows refletched. I want to say it. Now my bow is a compound bow because of the pulleys and cables that it uses. Personally, I prefer a longbow because, well, they're just easier to shoot in my opinion. But yeah, and now for the equipment that comes with a bow. This is my quiver. It attaches to the side of my bow, like that. I don't use it that often because it's not a very good quiver, but many people would like to use it. And then this is a trigger. It helps many people shoot because they can't pull it back with their own hands. And it's basically like a gun, if you want to think of that. Many professionals use this for better shooting. I prefer not to because I've gotten used to pulling it back with my fingers. And then this is your arm guard. It makes sure that when you release the string, it doesn't hit the inside of your arm and leave bruises and welts. Now for stance, it's basically like shooting a gun. You just have to keep your feet shoulder length apart so you keep your balance. And arm placement, you have to keep your left arm bent if you're right-handed. Otherwise, you'd have to keep your right arm bent if you're left-handed. And keeping it bent prevents the string from slapping the inside of your arm. And, well, today I showed you talked about the 4 main types of bows, arrows, and extra equipment that you use, and stances. So if you are to go hunting, or we ever have a zombie apocalypse, you should know how to shoot a bow.